Hey there, beautiful people. It's another Thread special with myself, Aselfwa, and again, we have a very interesting guest. This is a bit different that, compared to your usual musicians and actors and whatnot. Even though we have another musician here, this time we're going to be talking about tech, women and entrepreneurs. I have two beautiful ladies with me about to have a great conversation. I have Pam Techua, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Founder of Jane Can Do Tech Startup, right?
Yes.
And we have the cat mama.
Hi, girl.
Ria Boss, how are you doing?
I'm on, my love. How are you? Always good to see you.
Awesome. I know, right?
Hey, look at fly.
I tried.
Okay.
Both of you, right?
No. Your hair is flourishing. The makeup
Just
and
like
nails.
yours.
Okay, looking good.
And they say women don't support women.
We do.
Oh, we do.
Love it. You guys are welcome.
Thank you.
I know you guys had a sit down with Kuji Trip earlier, but that was about something different.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
today we're going to talk about another, topic. And I love the way you guys are always doing something. There's always some initiative somewhere. And we're going to delve into it. But before we get into that, Pam, I want you to tell me why the name Jane Can Do.
Ooh, I watch a lot of crime shows. Not like the regular police kind, like SUV, Criminal Minds. And when a woman pops up and it's like Jane Doe or Joe Doe, because you don't know who the person is, right? And for me, I think it's one of the ways that we also erase women, because it's such a generic, she's a Jane, like it's a woman, you don't need to know too much about her.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for us to let people know that Jane, she actually can do it. And also, as a tech startup, one of the major reasons why we exist is because we wanted to create a platform that you can connect women to other women. People always say, I wanted to hire a woman, but I couldn't find one. I see 3 women here right now.
Exactly.
And so I realized that one of the ways we can help make women more visible is to create platforms that allow people to see women in their element. So that's what Jane Can Do is. Just a platform to help women see each other and collaborate and make money. Very important.
That is beautiful. Now, speaking about women, money, initiatives and whatnot, Lady Donley. And you helped that happen.
Yes. I mean, Kitty Palace is a multi-hyphenate household.
I think it's also nice for you to point that out as well, because the whole Lady Donley and my connection is also what Jane Can Do does, right? They connect different creators to each other.
Yeah.
And so this was also an initiative that was brought to me by Jane Can Do. They're like, listen, I think this would be a really great idea. You should. And then, of course, they give you the vim to start, and then they help you, support you to sort of get it off the ground. And so Lady Donley, what you saw last week, Ria Boss Presents, was really sort of like a collaboration of Jane Can Do, Kitty Palace, which is also my Church of Stories, and also Barndor Beer Garden.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's get into it, right?
Okay.
Jane Can Do Creative and Tech Expo. What's the inspiration? How did this come about? How was it birthed?
I think this has been in almost just as much like Lady Donley, almost a year also in the making.
Has it happened before?
No.
First
actually,
of its kind.
nothing that is happening at Jane Can Do this weekend has happened in Ghana before. So we are super proud of that, first of all. Firstly, I feel like it's just one of the ways that Kitty Palace, we realize the support that we need is practical. We come and sit on TV, we go on radio, we say a lot of things about what women need, but nobody's actually really ready to put the money and the support behind. And that really stalled us. So we decided, you know what, why don't we call on our community? What can we do practically that we can do to support the women in our community, but also provide new opportunities? And we were privileged to have women like Amadiaka, Apioko, Kafui Danku, Penelope Brooke, Assumpta Dickens, Henrika Moffa. It's just a lot. It's about 19 women just decided, you know what, we're going to help you put this together. And the last few weeks has just been us figuring out, okay, what do these women do? And what can we do to make things? So we have so many sessions. I'm going to let Ria get into all that as our production manager. But that's what it is.
Wow, I am impressed.
Thank you. We hope we see you.
What time is is it? You know,
It's all day. Don't worry. Yes.
We'll get into all
Maybe one of
the
these days we will
details.
record a thread as a Jane can do.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That will be cute. That will be really cute. But I saw the theme for the event is crossing boundaries. What does that mean, and what do you think? How do you think that's going to impact the people who will be coming for the expo?
As a moderator for the theme, she can.
I think when we talk about crossing boundaries, again, we're talking about multidisciplinary, right? And so you're not just going to be coming to an event where you'll see, let's say, just vendors who are selling food, but also you'll see companies, women-owned companies, startups. You'll have an art exhibition, an all-woman art exhibition, an all-woman film festival. Usually we go to a lot of film festivals and we see that the men are, the men are usually, but this is going to be an all-woman film festival. And so we have clothing swap with Kitty Palace. We're going to be doing, you bring your clothes, you can come and swap for anything on the rack. I'll also have a bag of 20 CD clothing. If you want it, it's yours for 20 CDs. The idea is also to be able to give back in a sense, because clothing is expensive.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
And also if we're trying to be sustainable with the way we like to thrift in our fashion, then swapping is a really great idea. So we also have that available. We're also going to have gardening. That's actually our only paid workshop where you come and you actually get to learn sort of the tools to how to plant your own garden or how to plant your own food to eat. It's like, things like that. But yeah, it's going to be a really packed day of a lot of different sessions. But the idea is we also want you to come, meet new women, network. Also with what she was talking about the mentors, they're there for you. And so if you're interested in learning more about how to set up an exhibition, if you're interested in learning how to do press releases like with Ella Okunwendia, like come and speak to these women, go on the Jane Can Do page, please follow, register for some of these sessions, because these are a lot of women that are giving us their time for free. And we really appreciate that. And as such, we don't get a chance to get together like this a lot. And so we encourage everyone to come through it and support it.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Now I need to find out what I'll be interested in learning that day. But as project lead, what do you expect us women who will be attending to, take away from the expo?
Well, I feel like my expectations are really low.
Why? Tell me about it.
Because I believe these are things that we should have already had access to. Having access to a wider network of women in the creative sector. I feel like I've been really privileged in my decade in the creative sector in working with women like Lady Donley or Ria Boss, and so I'm able to call on these women. And I would love for other women to have that type of access. And that's what I'm saying, my expectation is really low. Just come and meet 5 women from your industry that you genuinely believe will be good friends to have, good peers to work with, or mentors to look up to. Just show up and make 5 connections. That's it.
And also draw on the community art project.
Yes.
We have a canvas that everyone is going to get to draw on. So.
Okay. I don't know about my drawing skills.
Oh no, you can even write.
You can draw cats, and you can draw cats. Very easy.
It's tricky. Okay, it is tricky. But getting these women on board, I want to know how easy or difficult it was to get them on board. And aside these women, were there other people that you reached out to?
Was it difficult? I don't think it was difficult.
I don't think it was difficult. Okay. I sometimes think that it's usually time conflicts that usually happen. But I think most emails. But most, oh my god, emails.
People don't read emails.
People don't like emails. I think we are a WhatsApp country. Let me just accept it. Let me accept it. But honestly, I think the beauty was most of the women that we reached out to were happy to be a part of this. Mostly because we don't have this.
No.
Yes.
So I think that because it's the first of its kind, you're also very excited to be a part of it. And then of course, when you see that we are the 2 people that are, you are like, okay, we're in safe hands. They won't fail us.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
Now, also, I think this expo is, is going to be a platform that's going to foster collaboration and networking. So, what do you 100%. Think that means to the creative economy with women?
I think it means more people investing in women.
Yeah.
Because one of our bigger goals for this event is I was hoping that all the men that I know will sponsor I said I didn't want corporate sponsorship. I wanted all the men in my life to sponsor, because I think it's time for us to start doing the things we say we are about. Right? Like we need to actively participate in our own growth as well as women entrepreneurs and creative women. And that is the reigning goal for me with this event, and even outside of the event, that in as much as money would have helped, in as much as resources would have helped, it's really the collaborative efforts of so many women, you know, women that offered to look at our finances, women that offered to look at our production, women that offered to help us with our printing. Kitty Palace producing the entire event. It's just been Jesiwa who's helping with our copy. We have a community manager who volunteered. We have volunteers for the day of. We have Dede Nadede, who is amazing all around, DJ, filmmaker, writer. It's just been so many women, right from like 22 all the way to their 40s, with women like Stefania from Local House, Irene Donati from Affinity Bank. All of these women just seeing and showing up and saying, hey, what can we do to help? And I think that kind of trumps anything we could have received back.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's been amazing.
Even if it's just us, and
we will have fun.
I think we'll be fine as well. But
please do come.
Now I'm ask, like, what can I do to help? It's just inspiring, because a lot of times, I mean, one of the topics that came up on International Women's Day was how women don't support women, and women need to be there for each other. And this is an initiative that makes me know that women are doing the most for each other. Because for women to want to support and volunteer, that's a big deal. So doesn't mean we're getting an all women like team producing.
In a way, but
heavily.
also it's a heavily. I think the only men we actually have are the men that work with us at Kitty Palace, and those people we generally consider them non-binary, whether they want to or not. But yeah, we have our photo and film crew. We have our in-house production team, all are men. But also that goes to say that the men who are about the work are really about the work, you know, and we haven't had the experience of women not supporting women, because our community is such a show-off community. They
Also,
always want to be involved.
We both work for Black Girls Glow as well,
Yes.
so we already have a history of
working with women.
Is it stressful to work with women? Do you believe?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't hire men, so
I think it's stressful to work with men.
I didn't say it. She said it. I didn't say
Sometimes we just need to. It's like, I'm listening. Yeah,
right. I love it. I'm so excited now. What are you most excited about?
Oh, that's a good question.
With the event coming up? One each. Like I don't
What am I the most excited about? Oh, this is a good question. So Podak Purple is going to be doing like a live podcast. And I really love that podcast. It's a women-made podcast, and so I'm excited for their live event. The second thing I'm excited about, I've mentioned. I'm sorry. The art project.
That as well.
Yes.
How about you?
well, I already said the mentorship, so that one is like top 2 and not 2. But I think I'm very excited about the panels. I don't know. It's I think I had this conversation with Jowaku yesterday about how difficult it was to pick people for the panel, because you not only have to look at their politics, because as a feminist I always have to prioritize feminist principles, but it's also about their personal politics and just about their availability, and if you're sure that they can, you know, really impact something, because we are there to talk solutions, you know. And I just, the panel is so beautiful. I'm looking at all these women and I'm like, I want to learn from these people. And for instance, like Sifa, who is the founder of Untamed Empire and the CEO of Songhai Africa Investments. I'm just like blown away by the work she did with Yali, with Obama when he was president. I just would love to hear these women speak about actual solution-oriented conversations. And
solution-oriented, important.
I'm looking forward to that. Definitely.
That's exciting. What went into the curation of the panel, you know, the topics we're going to discuss?
Sleepless nights.
I like that.
Sleepless nights, because I think one of the things that Jane can do is really focus on is strategy, and that's in line with event design and project management, which is where I come from. And I had to think through all the mini events I have organized and the many panels I have put together since I started working in marketing at DSTV like a decade ago.
Wow.
Having worked with Beryl from Echo House, having worked with Anne.
That's where I saw you from.
You can see all the Beryl children.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I had to tap into that and ask myself, where have I been recently that I didn't feel like my cup was full? You know, what conversations do we have at home? Because the truth is, half the time at home as Kitty Palace, we are having conversations that we don't hear elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so I had to tap into that. I had to tap into my friends and ask, when was the last time you were on a panel that you really enjoyed what you were talking about? I did a little survey.
It wasn't the same
Yes,
thing.
right?
Or people were not talking at you.
Thank
because
you.
we have a problem
Yes.
here where sometimes you go to a panel or, you know, a workshop, and sometimes you don't leave feeling like you have something to help
really
you.
relate. Yeah.
Mind you, you might have been told very inspirational stories, and those are motivating. Not to hold them. It's very motivating. But I think sometimes people need to leave knowing, how can I do what you're doing, even at a small scale?
Yeah.
You know, what are the tools you can give me now that when I can start tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think we need those sorts of practical solutions because people need help.
Yes.
And they don't need the help 5 years from now.
No.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Now thing. Yeah.
I am so excited for this. Now tell me, before I get consumed by all of the overwhelming amount of information you've given me today, tell us, how can people register? When is it taking place? Let's get into the details.
So it's happening on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay. Oh, okay.
At Terra Alta in Jorolu. So shout out to Terra Alta for the support. Literally come as early as you want. The first panel will be at 11:30.
Okay.
There's gonna be there's a main stage which is gonna have different panels happening, and that's where the film festival will happen at the end of the day as well. But then there's gonna be things that are constantly happening. So we have our vendors that are gonna be there. We've got the art community art project, which is all day as well. The exhibition is also all day.
Ask photos.
Yeah. If what was say
and Shikao Dampton,
Yeah.
some amazing, amazing, yes.
Yeah.
And we actually have someone that we know from Black Girls Glow and has been an amazing support for all of us in different times. Vanessa Eve will also be showcasing her very first exhibition, so we're very excited about that. Yeah.
You know, I was gonna let you go, but this thing just came to my mind, right? You're a musician, you make great music. Are we going to have
Absolutely not.
Because we haven't spoken about that.
Yes, and I was like, seeing Ria in her media mogul era,
you know,
right?
so I was like,
and so on Saturday, the voice you'll be hearing is not the singing voice.
Unfortunately.
You know, do stay tuned for the singing voice.
Yeah.
For a small fee.
Oh, okay. All right. And finally, how can vendors also get in contact?
Yes, you asked about registration,
Yeah.
so you can go on Jumbo Tickets, look for Jane Can Do Creative and Tech Expo, and you can register for any of our sessions.
Yeah.
You can also go on our website, janecando.framer.com, and you can sign up for any of those. But most importantly, go to our Instagram.
Yeah.
Use the links in the bio. I know some of us are old, but when you go on Instagram, there is an option for links. Just click on the links. There are options, and then you can pick whichever one you want to.
Okay, that is awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
you.
Thank you
This
for
has
having
been
us.
a very exciting
like this.
conversation.
We'll be back. This
don't
is a
worry.
fun conversation.
Well,
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, and you should join us on Saturday.
Yeah. I'll do also past. I just need to make sure that nothing is
One or two.
conflicting.
We'll talk to your bosses.
Hey, okay.
A busy woman.
She better be off.
Jane who is
Better
on
be off.
doing.
She's a Jane, and she has to do.
Yes.
Thank you.
I always try not to do that, but I can't help it.
No, I had to talk to the superiors.
Thank you very much. But it's been amazing having you guys
Thank
on
you for
Thread
having
Special.
us.
Hopefully, like you said, I have you here once again with a new initiative because you guys
You
always have.
never know.
You always have
See you
something
next
up your
month, I guess.
I'll be waiting for that. Thank you so
Okay.
much once again. Now,
All
this
right.
has been an amazing conversation with Pam Ria and Ria Boss. Catch you on the next Thread Special. Adios. Bye.